Hello everyone, I am Anija Jingan. Today I am going to unlock the power of Python's with list comprehension. We will also discover how this is simple yet it is very effective to make your code more lean, readable and efficient masterpiece. We will like either you are optimizing the your code performance or you are just trying to handle the complex loops. This list comprehension is a game changer for every Python programmer. So stay with me till the end of the video and learn the most important feature of the Python, which is going to be very useful for you during the data analysis. Okay, so let me share my screen. Just give me 1 second. Let me open my window and then I will share my screen. All right. Okay, so before moving ahead, I would like to tell you this video is perfect for everyone. Either you are a student or you are a data scientist, data analyst, or you are working as an engineer, data engineer. This video is going to be perfect for you. So stay with me till the end of the video because I am going to discuss about the most advanced function today, which is very helpful. Okay. So look at this, the mastering the Python list comprehension. So this is the general syntax. Okay, it start with the square brackets. So I will first remove my this one. So I have written some piece of code, right, to make you understand more deeply. So here the list comprehension always start with the square bracket and it always end with the square bracket. Okay, so this is your expression. Expression means it can be any variable, it can be any expression. Like let's say if you want to, if you have a list and you want to make the square of the list. So if you will say, let's suppose x raised to power 2, right? So this is a kind of expression. So you can write the expression here for, this is a for loop item in iterable if condition. So after this, when you will run the loop over the your list or whatever you have, then you can also add the condition, right? But in general, if we talk about this full expression, this is if you want to write this expression into the simple code, then it is going to be become at least minimum 7 to 8 line of piece of code, right? So you can see how easy the list comprehension is to declare, but how you can like make it with the conditional loops, with the nested loops, with the functions, I will show you now, okay, using Python. So here I have already declared the one list with the numbers. Now I will show you how you can do the basic mapping using the list comprehension instead of using the piece of code like a 3 or 4 line or 5 lines of for loop. Okay. So here we will start with square bracket and then we can assume the same example. I want to do the square of like your every number exists or element exists in the list. We will say for x in numbers, right? And then we will just say here print it. Look at this, right? So what does it mean? So I am your list comprehension, just one line of code, but it does. First, it will pick up your number from the list using for loop and then make it square and then give you the result. And whole loop will run till the elements will not finished in your list. Okay. So this is the very easy like using list comprehension to run the complex loops in a single line. Okay. If I compare this one, the same like the action using the normal your for loop, you will write like this. For x, we can take any other variable I in numbers, then colon, and then you will say print x raised to power 2. Okay, either you will do this thing or either you will take a new like the variable, first square it and then print that variable. We will look into this. Okay. So now it is saying x is not defined because I did a mistake. It should be I. Sorry about that. Now look at this. It printed in a one by one, right? In the vertical form. But if you want now in the horizontal form, you need to add a more piece of code, right? So you need to add one variable, or either you will create a new list and append each element inside that, like your list, right? To show it in the one line. So that's why list comprehension is much better than using these simple piece of code, and its execution is also fast, and your code looks masterpiece, right? Very clean. Now we will move ahead with the conditional selection. We will pick up the same example here, or either we can use this one. I have also declared here, so I will remove this one. So it's okay. And now you can put the condition here. If you go back to the general syntax, what is a general syntax? Expression you have already written. Then you have started the for loop. This is your like the variable item in iterable, right? Everything you have done till so far. Why I am explaining it? Because at a beginner level, some students find it difficult to write. They got confused. Okay. So that's why I'm sharing this expression again and again. So it should fit in your mind how you need to write the list comprehension using loops, conditional statement. Okay. And then at the end, you can add the conditional statement. We will come here. Let's say if you can put any condition if you want greater than 20. Okay. So now we will run this. Look at this. So how this result come out? It is saying first it will pick up your 10. Okay. In numbers. Then it will check if it x is greater than 20, but it is not, right? So it will return the variable. It will not do the square of that one. Then it will come with this one. It will again fail. Then it will come this one, again fail, because 20 is not greater than 20. Then 25 or 30 will come and it will do the square and show you the result, right? If you want to do the same thing using the simple for loop and conditional statement, now you can assume how much piece of code you need to write instead of just one line of code, right? So that's why again, this is very beneficial, efficient, right? And performance is very better than your normal piece of code. Now we will talk about the mapping with the conditional transformation. So transformation means you are putting the expression as well, then you are putting the conditional statement, and then else condition as well, and then you are using the loop. So this is called with the conditional transformation. This means if condition is true, then you are transforming the data into some specific value, okay? Or you are taking some specific action in that. So how it look like, let me print this one, okay? So print here double underscore or, and then your origin. Okay, so I will show you the output. So you can see here what is happening now. If I explain you this one, it's very easy. I will show you. Okay, so let's copy and paste this one here. Okay, so let's suppose your loop for x in numbers. So this means this is going to pick up your first element from the loop. So this means it picked up the 1. Okay, I will not take 1. We will take 2. Okay, so this is the 2. So this means it picked up the first loop is already ran. Now the second time this is come. So here it will then check if 2 modulo 2 is equals to 0. This means if you will divide the 2 with the 2, what will be the modulo? 0, right? No remainder. In that case, this condition is going to be true, right? Here, then it will come here and do the square of this. You can say multiply with the 2, okay? So here is your result, 4, okay? And now you can pick up the next value. Let's say pick up the 3. Okay. So 3 will come here. Now if you change the 3 here, I will keep it x. Okay. So if you change the 3 here, 3 modulo 2, what will be the remainder? Not 0. So this condition is going to be false. So which condition is going to be true? This one, right? So it is not doing anything. It is not doing the x multiplied by 2 because that condition is going to be false. It will check this condition and there is a no further action. So it will just go to the default statement of else and then print the 3 only. So that's why it did not like multiply the 3 with the 2 because modulo was not 0. Okay. This is the way how actually it is working. Okay. Now, if you want me to give you the simple like this one, if you are writing it in the simple scenario, let's pick up this. So first we will do here for I in numbers. Okay. Then it will check if I modulo 2 is equals to 0, right? Then it should multiply I with the 2. Okay. Else it should only print x. Okay. So this is simple logic like which you are going to run. So I forgot about it. Oh, sorry about it. We have a I element. Okay. Now look at this. What it is doing. It is checking if I modulo 2 is equals to 0, then this. But it only printed the this else part. Why it is not printing this one? Because you did not print this one here. Okay. So like this. Now you can see the result. It's the same. But you can see the difference. Here is only one piece of code. Here is a long code. Right? Or if you want to print it in the one line, then you need to declare a new list here. Then you will append there is a more two piece of code, right? So which method is better now according to you? You can write down in the comment section, and just let me know if you are going to start using this, if you are already using it. Okay. Now the next is your nested list comprehension. This is nested list means because previously we have only one list. Here you are using the nested list. It will start with we are declaring one list comprehension like this one matrix is equals to start with square bracket. Here is your one list. Okay. And then you are setting up a one loop in this. So this means list inside list, but it is working as a list comprehension because we are writing everything in a one line. So here first it will start with this range I in range 3. So it will start basically with the 0, right? Because the range always start with the 0 and goes up to 3. Then it will check if j for j in range 3. So if your 0 exists in this range, then it should print the matrix this letter. Okay. And then it will print the second one, third one, and like this. First, it will print your one row, then it like a 1, like then 0, 0, and then 0, 1, 1, 1, right? Because I is your row data and j is your column data. Okay. And then it is printing this your in a one line. That's why we are calling it matrix. Okay. But if you want to do it in the simply like your let's say in the form of using your simple code, then you need to use the nested loop in this. First you will start this loop for I in range, we will do this. Okay. And then you need to start the second loop. J in range 3. Okay. And then print I and print J. Okay. So how it will run? First your I will run one time and then this loop will run continuously 3 times. That's why it is printing 0, 1, 2, right? Now we will run. Look at this result. As I explained you previously as well, because it will print like this. First column 000 and then this, then this, then this. If you are not clear about the for looping execution, then you can check my Python playlist. I will share the link in the description box. Okay, so it will clear your doubts about it. Okay, but this is most important, but this is more time consuming than this one. Okay, so you can see the difference, how you can write the very complex code using the simple one line. Okay, after that we will move ahead using functions in the list comprehensions. Okay, so how we have defined one function here using def. We are name the function with the square return. It is returning the square of the value. So here this is over list, and then you just simply say here square x for x in numbers. So this is your expression, right? So instead of like doing the square here, you are calling the function here. This is the function, so you are calling the function here, this one. How it will work when you will execute this code? Let me remove this. Okay, so let me run this code. We need to print it as well. Square. Okay, so now this is what it is doing. First of all, you have this list. I am just telling you how the code will execute step by step. This is your step 1. Okay, so this will pick up the code from here. In this step, what it will do? It will check with the for loop for 1 in your this list. Okay, what is your list? This one, right? So it will pick up the 1 from this. What it will do further? It will now come here. It will call the square function by passing 1 as a argument value, right? So here it will become 1 when it will pick up, right? And it is calling the function. So what will happen then? It 1 will come here and then it will do the square of it and return. Where it will store? Here. Okay, so this will run step by step for all elements exist in your list. This is the way how your code is working at the backend. Okay, how the list comprehension code is executing with the functions, and then you can print it. Okay, so if you want to write this piece of code out of this list comprehension, now you can assume first you need to run the for loop on that, and then you are calling the function under the your for loop, right, each time. But you need to take care very carefully, because once the condition are over, it should return the last value as well and print properly without any error. Okay, so but using the list comprehension, this is very easy. Okay, you can try to write down your own. If you want to like do the comparison, you can write the simple code yourself and tell me if you're now using the functions with the list comprehension. Okay, now we will move ahead with the here you are simple using if else in the list comprehension. This is very easy as you did the earlier. Here we are just printing the simple condition. Here you declare the sum range 1 to 6. It is not starting with 0, it is starting with the 1 up to 6, and then it will run this. It will pick up the first number, let's say 1, and then it will check the modulo of this. If it is equals to 0, then it say print even, otherwise it will print odd. Okay, so now we will print labels. Here we go. So why it print the odd first? Because 1 modulo 2 is never equal to 0. If when it will pick up the second element, then it will say 2 modulo 2, then it will say 0. So it's to say even. When the third number will come, again it's a odd, right? Because this condition is going to be false and this condition is going to be true. This is the one. As I have already explained you from the start how the execution is happening behind this code, right? Now you can watch this video again and again. If you don't understand first time, I understand it's a hard for the beginner, like at initial level, but I tried my best to make you understand in a easy and simple way, step by step. Okay. Still, if you have any question, don't hesitate to ask your questions. I will help you. Okay. Now the next one is combining multiple list with the list comprehension. So here we are taking the two list and we are just combining it. It's very easy. Remember in my previous video, I have used a zip function how you can join the two list. If you did not watch that video, then you can watch it. Okay, there is a zip method video I have loaded in the morning. This is very, very beneficial. Okay, so we will zip join the two list, and then we are just here picking up the x and y. So what is x and y? X value from list 1, y value from list 2, and then doing the addition. Now we will print. So in the first list, first number x is 1. What is the first at first place? 4. 4 plus 1, how much? 5. 2 plus 5, 7. 3 plus 6, 9. But if you want to write down this simple code, like in using your for loop, then you can also write it. You can try at your end. Just let me know, okay? And what is the difference if you are using this one and if you are using the simple for loop, okay? But this is the way how it is like run. And these were the most common functions used with the list comprehension. If you learn this, believe me, you will it will give you the very very great benefit during the data analysis. It will make your life very easy during the data analysis or AI journey. Okay, because this is a very small code, less piece of code, very very big advantage, easy to track, right? So this is faster execution. This is the biggest advantage. Concise and readable, as you have seen. And then memory efficient, that is for sure. Okay. And then this is functional programming style. Okay. Combines the mapping and filtering in a single expression. Because you can filter the data as well. How? Because you are using the conditional statement. Okay. Its readability issue sometimes arises at a beginner level because if you are adding the too many conditions, sometimes we got confused, but it's very rare. Okay. And then memory overhead creates a new list in the memory, which can be costly for large data sets. Okay. Limited debugging, hard to debug compared to the traditional for loops. Because if you are at a beginner level and if I showed you the very complex, right? And then it will be hard for you to understand because you need to break down these, right? But believe me, this is the most efficient way to use the list comprehension during data analysis. Okay, up to some level, not for the large data sets. Okay, and this is the interview questions will definitely come up on this, believe me. Okay, they will definitely going to ask you about the list comprehension during the interview, especially in the Python interview. Okay, so get ready for this one and prepare yourself for the list comprehension. If you have any question, just let me know. I'm always happy to help. And if you are new to my channel, please subscribe my channel and like, share. And if you need more information about it, then you can watch my Python playlist and you can also visit our blog as well. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video.